this session so we're going to record this session so that we can share with people who couldn't be here today and more. So I appreciate that, everyone. Thank you for coming today. We're going to talk about the brand new and very exciting online masters in computer science from UMass and the College of Computer and Information Sciences. Today, we're going to be doing this in a webinar style. So if you have questions, I'll ask that you use the Q&A function in Zoom. Because I do have some help from our fabulous Jennifer Page, who's going to be helping so that I don't miss questions, so that we don't forget anything. So if you could go ahead and use the Q&A function, that would be great. Some of your questions may be answered during the presentation, but at the end, we will have lots of time for questions, okay? Again, welcome. I am thrilled that you are here today to learn more about our masters, our online masters in computer science. Here's some of the stuff that we're going to talk about today. The academic program, admissions, the student experience, all about our college, about UMass, and more. This is, backing up, this is me, I'm Elizabeth Parolski. I'm the academic advisor for all of our master students. So I work with all of our master students to pick classes, to navigate the college, to navigate UMass, to connect you with resources and more. And I'm thrilled to tell you about this brand new program that we're super excited about. Overview and eligibility of our brand new online masters. We designed this program for professionals and for humans who maybe can't take this time to physically come to UMass and take all those classes. This is done online so that you can work this master's around your lives, so that you can make this work for you. The format of our program is going to be either all online or a hybrid option. The hybrid option allows you to start online, take 4 courses and pass them with a B or higher, and then you could finish on campus here at UMass Amherst if that's what you want. Otherwise, all online is also wonderful. We are expecting that our applicants have a solid background in computer science and or mathematics. So a BA or a BS in computer science is preferred, but not required. Many of us have learned computer science on the job, on our own, through taking a plethora of classes from different institutions. This is also for you. We want to make sure that you've got a solid computer science background so that you can succeed in this master's program. We don't want you to get here and then pull all your hair out. That is not our purpose. We do prefer that students had an undergrad GPA of a 3.0 or higher. If needed, a TOEFL score of 100 or higher, and then a GRE score as laid out on the bottom of this slide as well. We do look at your whole human self when you're applying. We look at all of you. So all of these things are weighted equally. They are not necessarily weighted higher in one direction or the other. We do expect, like I said, a solid background in computer science. That means Java, Python, skills, familiarity and in algorithms, programming with various data structures, formal and informal computer languages. But then on the math side, statistics skills, as well as linear algebra and calculus. On our website for the online masters is a whole list of courses that we expect students to have knowledge, to have previously taken, or to have that knowledge that's covered in those courses. You'll see the course name and number, and then a description, because how UMass names a course is different than how Framingham State names it, is different than what Rutgers names it. So again, you can check that out on our website, the things that we hope that you've learned before you apply to this program. The academic program itself. This is why you're here. This is what you want to learn about. What is the online MS? What is required? So the MS degree requirement, it is 30 total credits. Each class is 3 credits typically, so it's about 10 classes total. In those 10 classes, we expect that you take 4 core classes, 1 theory core class, 1 systems core class, 1 AI core class, and then that 4th one can be from any of the other areas that you're super excited about. So if you're a systems person, take another systems class. If you're an AI person, take another AI class. Additionally, we do ask and require that 12 of your credits, so that's 4 classes, come from 600 level or higher classes. Here at UMass, graduate classes are labeled 500 or 600. So we're asking that 12 of your credits come from 600 level classes. There is not a thesis. There is not a comprehensive exam that's required for you to pass and complete your master's. You complete your master's when you've taken 30 credits, you've done your core classes, and you've taken the needed 600 level classes. We do this so that your master's fits you. We do this so Elizabeth's master's fits Elizabeth's, James' master's fits James, Neha's master's fits Neha, and that way you can really make this fit for what you're interested in and what you're excited about. What is also very nice is we allow you to double dip some of those requirements. For example, computer science 689, machine learning, that class is a AI core class and a 600 level class. So by taking one class, you are checking 2 boxes. We allow this because, again, then that allows you to take other classes that you're excited about and really allows your master's degree to be super tailored to you, which is pretty wonderful. We do also allow students to take 9 credits or 3 classes outside of computer science. Many times we'll see students take a math class to firm up their math base or to further expand their math knowledge. Students may take Eisenberg School of Management classes or statistics classes. Both Eisenberg and statistics do offer many online classes so that you can maybe add those to part of your master's degree, again, to make it work for you. There are some summer classes that are offered online as well as potentially winter. And we'll have more information as we get closer to winter. We do also allow students to take up to 6 credits, so 2 courses of independent study. What an independent study is you and professors working together on a paper, in a lab, on algorithms. Sometimes we have like an independent study class, which is both like a course component where you're meeting with your peers and learning some things, but then also doing some research or work on your own. And some of those independent study classes may be themed. Of course, one is data science, the data science independent study class, where you're working with an industry partner. There is also a security independent study class where you are working on security matters with those in the field. These are all really cool options that can all be part of your MS. So as you'll see, there's a lot of options. And if you've got questions about this, again, you can use that Q&A function or the chat. We do also have optional concentrations for this master's degree. If you think back to undergrad, you could minor in something. A concentration is kind of like a minor. It allows you still get your master's in computer science, but you've also sort of tailored your master's degree towards these specific areas. Again, they're totally optional, but some of our optional concentrations is one in security. And these concentrations do have parameters. You have to do certain things in order to earn them. So for example, our concentration in security, you do have to take Computer Science 660, which is Advanced Information Assurance. Then you have to take electives, 2 courses or 6 credits from an approved list of systems classes that are all going to be security based. For the concentration in data science, again, there'll be specific data science options for those core areas we talked about. So they'll say, here are data science AI core, and there'll be a choice of, I want to say 6 or 7 classes. Then you'll also have to do 2 courses that are electives, but you have 40 to pick from of those electives. There is also a statistics elective for the data science concentration. Some of those classes are statistics courses, but some of them are also statistics-based computer science courses. And again, these concentrations are optional, but they allow you to tailor your master's degree to these specific areas. And when you graduate, your transcript would say master's in computer science, concentration in security, or concentration in data science. And you should be able to complete these all through this online program. The nitty gritty. What do we, sorry, got excited with what classes we're offering. Here's the nitty-gritty of what classes we're offering. For fall 2021, you'll see that we have a couple different options. And each semester, we're going to build on these courses and add more. I'll give you a second to look these over. You'll notice under the course name that it'll say if it's synchronous or asynchronous. Synchronous means it's happening at the same time. So you'll be part of that class. You'll do it all at 5 p.m. on a Thursday. Asynchronous is if you have time at 2 a.m. because you're a night owl, that's when you can tap in and get into the coursework. You'll also notice that there are little symbols at the end. The asterisk is for the data science concentration and the plus is for the security concentration. Those courses are part of those concentrations that we just talked about, so that you're able to start chipping away at those needed classes for the concentrations. And again, every semester, we're going to add more and more options to our online master's degree. And additionally, additionally, UMass offers quite a few online classes, again, through business, through statistics. If those are also classes maybe that you would like to try out and add to your master's degree. But these are the computer science courses for this academic year. And you don't have to screenshot this. This is all going to be on our website. Don't worry. Excuse me. Admissions and application requirements. Anyone who's applying to our online master's degree will complete an online application. It's all online. There will also be an $80 application fee, as well as these other requirements. A personal statement is required. A personal statement is kind of like an essay, but it's your opportunity to tell us about you. Tell us about why computer science, why a master's in computer science. What have you done and what do you plan to do with this master's? A personal statement is also a great opportunity to talk about maybe the way that you're self-taught in computer science, that you majored in math or physics, but you did a ton of work learning informal data structures and all of that through community college classes or other means. The personal statement is a great way to talk about you and why you're awesome and why this master's degree is going to just make you even more awesome, why it's going to make you a better computer scientist. We also require 2 letters of recommendation. These can come from supervisors, your current supervisor, who can say this person does their work and they've got great time management skills, and this is really going to help them get to where they want to go. It can come from peers who've helped you work on projects in your office or wherever you are right now. It can also come from former professors, teachers' assistants, but really they should be from people who can say that, you're phenomenal and you can hang and you can definitely earn this master's degree. So they don't all have to come from professors, especially if you've been out of school for a while. Let's tap into those humans that you're working with every day who know that you do great work. We will also require unofficial transcripts from all universities and colleges that you've attended. So if you have taken 1 or 2 classes that weren't part of your undergrad degree, get us that transcript. We want to see that. Eventually, once you're admitted, we will require your official transcript, but to apply, we only need the unofficial one. Your GRE score, we do waive the GRE score for UMass computer science undergrads, but otherwise a GRE score is required and the TOEFL score is required. On our website, it'll tell you if the TOEFL score is or is not applicable for you. Application deadlines. The application just passed to start your online MS in fall 21. So I have a feeling we have some students who were accepted to the program here. Hi, congratulations. And then for spring 2022, so starting your degree, as you can see, we call it spring, but classes start in January. And we all know that's not spring. But if you want to start your degree in January, the application deadline will be December 1st. Tuition. Per credit in our online master's degree, it is $760. Again, most classes are 3 credits, so that comes down to $2,280 per course. You do take a total of 10 courses, 30 credits. So the total program cost is right here on this slide. There is a 10% UMass alumni discount, not just computer science, UMass. So if you attended Eisenberg, if you were part of SBSS, the School of Social and Behavioral Sciences, all of that all counts for part of the UMass alumni discount. The student experience. Beyond classes, what does it mean to be a computer science master's student? Computer science, the College of Computer Science, College of Information and Computer Sciences, CICS, we do support our MS students because you're a vibrant part of our community and an integral part of our community. You get to deal with me all the time, which is wonderful. But I am the academic advisor. I'm here to help you with course selection, listen to what you think you want to do, to bounce ideas off of, to help you navigate computer science at UMass. UMass is a big place. How do we make the most of it? And I'm here to help you with all of that. We do have a fabulous Slack community for all of our graduate students, where students are planning hikes, meeting up if they're traveling to Boston or Seattle, exchanging ideas, asking for support. It's a great place to be. We also will do some online events so that everybody can meet everyone and, socialize. And let's talk about computer science, but let's also talk about what podcasts we're really enjoying right now, or talk about time management. There are virtual research talks from both internal to our college and external. There are some really phenomenal researchers and professionals who are coming to talk to us about what they're doing. And because many of them are recorded, you can listen to them while you're cooking dinner or doing laundry, which is my personal favorite. Whenever you've got that moment, you can turn those talks on, and increase that knowledge base. We have the CICS Career Services. This is career services just for our college. These are professionals who know all about what it means to be a computer science professional, and all they work with is us. They want to help you get a job, help you get an internship, leverage offers, or discuss what's next. We're earning this master's in this position. How do we leverage that? Or are we pivoting? They're here to listen, to support you. Their online resources are phenomenal. They have a resume toolkit. They have interview prep with them, but also a computer software, so it can record you and tell you how many times you say or in my case today, how many times I'm clearing my throat. It's really fabulous. They have LEET code resources and more. We also have a ton of computer science student groups, so you can connect with your peers and your computer science interests. For example, we have a computer science student group called BUILT. It is a student organization who is fighting for and advocating for racial equity in the tech industry, as well as academia, especially computer science academia. We have a group called CICS COST, which is community outreach. And they do a great amount of work to encourage and increase computer science outreach to students, K through 12 students, to educators, to student groups, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Scouts, and things like that, to make computer science demystified for many people, which is very awesome. We have the Association for Computing Machinery, a student group, Hack UMass, where they put together a huge hackathon during Indigenous Peoples Day. Hack Her 413, which is a hackathon for female identified and non-binary students and professionals, and that usually happens in February. All of this is part of what it means to be a UMass computer science graduate student. And this is just CICS. We talked about CICS careers. Here are the outcomes for our students who graduated in the height of the pandemic last year. So our graduates from the class of 2020, here's what they were doing. Take a moment and look this over. Their median starting salary is here, which is pretty glorious. 90% of our students who graduated at the height of the pandemic last year are employed or continuing their education. They did some great work, even when everything was in flux and extremely stressful. We have students who are working for Amazon, Google, Lyft, MITRE, MathWorks, Effectiva, who are at Harvard and UT Dallas and more. And every year, our computer science careers group puts this together. It's really a great way to see what your peers are doing and have done. Because you are going to be part of our college, here's some information about CICS. We are one of the first computer science programs in the nation. We were founded in 1965. It's pretty great. In 2015, we became our own college. So the College of Computer Information Sciences is here, but we're part of this bigger entity that is the University of Massachusetts, that is part of UMass. Excuse me, we are ranked top 20 across all computer science program, but we're number 11 for our AI work and our artificial intelligence and machine learning work. We have a rigorous curriculum, and we have a community that is here to support everyone. Our grad students, like I said, are planning hikes with each other all across Massachusetts, all across the country, students who have done informational interviews of alumni in order to learn more about what does it mean to work at this company, or tell me more about your role as like a research position compared to when you were a software engineer. We are also driven by us being computer science, driven by our vision for computing for the common good. We are working to have our students study social issues in computing, reasoning under uncertainty. How are we using artificial intelligence to better and to support the common good? We have student groups, like I mentioned, the cost group, as well as the build group, that are working on using computing for the common good. This is where some of those independent studies come into play. Those courses that also have that other component where you're able to learn more about what does this look like beyond a classroom? How are we using this knowledge in other ways? And this is really what does drive what we're doing. It's research that contributes to society to improve health and safety and fairness and international and national security. Like I said, you're part of, yes, the College of Information and Computer Sciences, but also UMass. So what does that mean? That means you have all the access to all the UMass things. For example, that big building, this is the biggest building on our campus, and it's the library, because that's what's important to UMass. You'll have access to all of the all of the UMass libraries, including the Science and Engineering Library. There are librarians dedicated to work with computer science students who are here all the time via email and chat and phone to support you in that work. UMass is also one of the top 24 public colleges and universities in the nation. It's one of the best college values. It really is a great place to be a part of. Part of also this experience is you'll get to work with the UMass Graduate School, who serves and supports graduate students all over the UMass campus. They do a lot of really great workshops about how to grad student. For some people that have worked, do we remember how to write papers or do projects? Probably not. At the start of every semester, they have a bunch of really great workshops on how to grad student. How do I balance my time? How do I work on these things and still be a professional? They will also have really good workshops on time management, on interviewing, both interviewing to go into industry as well as interviewing for academia. They do a lot of work with leadership skills, and you'll be able to meet with students all across the UMass campus who are in the UMass landscape who are graduate students as well. Plus my own personal plug, UMass just won a national hockey championship, which was a really big deal. And one of the best hockey players in the NHL right now is a former UMass student. But all of this is because you're part of computer science, but also UMass. So you'll have access to all of the UMass offices, graduate student groups across campus. So graduate student groups based on your favorite interests and more. We talked about a lot of things. So I would love to answer some of your questions.
Elizabeth, there's a few questions in the Q&A and chat.
Okay.
So the first one is from a student who says they have been admitted to the online master's program. Congratulations to them. And they'd like to know about deferral. So they have to decide they have to just make a decision in the next 2 days. So they would like to know about deferring their acceptance.
So that is a challenging answer right now because I don't know the details. I'm not part of the admissions committee, but I do know from a meeting I was in this morning that information is going out very soon to our students who were just admitted to the master's program, online or in person. right now about deferring. My suggestion would be that you email Eileen Hamill. You can also send me an email, and we will get back to you quickly. And I actually think I can see the student's name. We've been emailing it, so I do have an update.
I'm also going to put Eileen's email address in the chat.
Thank you. I do see, I found the questions. Here we go. There are only 4 subjects to take for fall 2021, 589, 514, and art. So here are, let's pull up the slide that has the classes. So there are only 4 subjects to take for fall 2021. Are these courses available for fall 2021 online in computer science? Yes, these are right here. These courses are the fall online computer science courses only. Many of our online students are going to take 1 or 2 courses a semester because you've got a lot going on. That way you can pick 1 of these, 2 of these, whatever works for you. These are only the computer science online courses. As I mentioned, you are able to take a few courses online from other parts of UMass. So if you wanted to take a business class, you could take a business class, especially if it's a pre-approved business class, which we can get into in the nitty-gritty when you're planning your schedule. So yes, usually we envision students taking 1 to 2 of these classes every semester, and then every semester we're going to add more and more and more classes. And so computer science 589 has prerequisites. What if I don't have the prerequisites? Does that mean I can't take the courses? Fabulous question. We list the prerequisites for every class so that you know, what are we assuming that you know? Our professor is going to teach like you know the things that are already in those prerequisite courses. If you are admitted to the master's program, we assume you know the things to be successful. Once you're admitted to the master's program, our assumption is that you can do the work in any of our grad classes. So prerequisites are not that. They're important so you can be successful, but we don't go, did you take a class that looks just like that? We don't do that. If you're admitted to the master's program, the assumption is you can be successful in any of our graduate level computer science classes. So my suggestion, so you're looking at, for example, the course this person listed, 589 has a prerequisite of computer science 383 and math 235. If I would take a minute, look up those classes and say, hey, do I have what's talked about in those classes? I do? Great. 589 will be successful. And that's what I will be successful in 589. That's what I would do for every class. Look up what courses people are expecting you to have known and go from there. But if you're admitted to our master's program, we truly believe that you will be successful in any of our courses. The website says that the master's program takes 3 to 4 years to complete. Is it possible to finish the master's program in 1.5 to 2 years? Is it possible to finish the online master's program in 1.5 to 2 years? Yes, anything is possible. However, I do not suggest you take more than 3 courses every semester. I do not want students to be ill. I do not want anyone to be stressed out. Our master's program is a lot of work. You're going to learn so much, and it's going to feel like your brain has like physically expanded with the amount of information you're going to learn, which is wonderful, but I don't want anyone to also be so stressed out that they're ill. I suggest no more than 3 classes a semester. If you've worked for a minute and you're worried that you don't know how to grad school, take 1. We can gear up, we can gear down. If you know that you've got personal things happening during one semester, you've got 2 weddings and work travel, let's take 1 class that semester. But the next semester, you got nothing going on. Great, take 3. You can definitely do it in about 2 years. I think that's great. Just make sure that we're not going to get ill and we're not going to be stressed out, and that you're putting your best foot forward. Sometimes when we take on too much, 1 or 2 classes slips by the wayside, and that's not what I want someone to do when you're, investing all of this time and energy.
Elizabeth, there's a question in chat from someone who applied before June 1st, but hasn't heard back on the admissions decision. They just want to know how long does it take usually?
It usually takes about 2 weeks or so, especially with the holiday that happened semi-recently. Definitely you can send Eileen Hamill an email, whose email was listed in the chat, but June 1st, it's only been, today is the 15th. We do only work Monday through Friday, so there's a good chance that you'll hear super soon, fingers crossed. But more than likely, that's all it was, is that we have a ton of applications. We do, like I said, look at the whole entity of you as a human. We don't go, your GPA was this, we're not going to look at them. We go, okay, their GPA was this, but also look at all these other things they did. So it does take a little bit longer. So we'll get back to you very soon. I'm sure more than likely it'll be in the next, today's Tuesday, in the next few days. But thank you for applying.
Okay, another question in chat says, I am planning to attend courses as a non-degree student and apply next year after taking 2 courses. I created a Spire account, which is our UMass account system, but it looks like I'm not allowed to register yet. So I guess they're asking, can they register for courses, or when will they be able to register?
For fall 2021 courses as a non-degree student, that registration should be open soon. You can send me an email because I bet I can look in there and see what's going on.
Okay. I will also put Elizabeth's email.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out because that is weird. But speaking of, I'm going to take part of that question and run with it.
Okay.
If you are building up your computer science knowledge by taking 1 or 2 classes as a non-degree student at UMass or at any other school, that's also a great option. When you apply, just make sure you get that unofficial transcript saying, I've taken these classes and I've learned these things. I think that would be really helpful. But yeah, send me an email because we'll figure that out. That's weird.
Okay, I put Elizabeth's email in the chat. Another question in the chat says, will it be mentioned on the degree, I assume that means the diploma, that it was an online program? And can we continue to the PhD after the online master's in computer science?
For the first part, no, it will not say that you were in the online master's degree. It'll say your diploma actually just says Master's of Science. Your transcript is where like the good details are. Your transcript will say your name, Master's in Computer Science. And then if you did a concentration, it'll list the concentration. If you didn't do a concentration, it'll just say Master's in Computer Science. For example, if I were to graduate from the online program with a Master's in Computer Science, no concentration, my transcript would have all of my classes, and on every page it would say Elizabeth Parolski, Masters of Computer Science. That's it. If you were to get a concentration, it'll say at the end of your degree, concentration, excuse me, the end of your transcript, concentration in, excuse me, data science. For the PhD program, the PhD program is extremely competitive here at UMass. The PhD in computer science program is very, very, very competitive. All students have to apply to the PhD program. Our online master's program is brand new. Yes, you are more than welcome to apply to the PhD program. It is, however, extremely competitive. They are looking for students who have done research, who have been published, who have interests, that match up with our faculty. So that's definitely something we can talk about once you're admitted to the program. But it will be an extremely competitive process. And we do have students who do apply from our master's program and do get in. We are usually every year, there's probably about 2 to 3 master's students who have applied to the PhD program and have been, 2 or 3 students who have been accepted to the PhD program. I'm not sure how many apply.
Okay, the next question is, does the cost of the program of $28,800, which you showed in a previous slide, include in-person classes after the initial online courses, or is it extra to attend in person?
The tuition of the $22,000, the $22,800, that is the online cost only. The cost is different if you are part of the excuse me, I'm so sorry, y'all. Excuse me, the cost is different if you are taking the residential classes. If you take residential classes, the bills are done a teeny bit differently, but the cost is different. It will more than likely be a little bit higher. For one of the things to keep in mind, graduate school is billed based on the number of credits you take. So yes, the total cost you see on the slide, but one semester, if you take one class, that's going to be billed differently than the semester where you take 2 or 3. So that is also the same for the in-person. In-person, there's also a health fee that you're paying so that you can have access to the really great UMass Health Center where they even do eye exams, which has been very helpful for someone like me who has contacts, and all sorts of other things. So the cost is a little higher because there are some other fees that will be included so that you can have access to some of these on-campus services. If you just Google grad tuition UMass, it'll come up right away. It's a PDF. And what will be online right now is the tuition for the school year that just wrapped. So the school year tuition for 21-22 for in-person is being set like right now as we speak, and we'll have that super soon. But regardless of online or in-person, grad school is billed by the semester based on the classes that you take. So you have one semester where you're taking one class, that will be significantly cheaper than the semester where you're taking 2. I did find the chat, Jennifer. I found it. Took me a minute. It says, any ideas on what future classes will be added to the online program? Lots of them. There is a lot of discussion behind the scenes about what's going to be added. We do plan to add classes so that students will be 100% able to complete these concentrations online. So we are hoping to get advanced information assurance online super soon. Some of these, the classes, one class that will be added for a fact I know is being added is Computer Science 688, whose name I forget, graphical models, I think, but that's one of the classes that counts towards the statistics electives. That course will 100% be added very soon. So there will be lots of classes added every single semester. And it's going to be, a conversation with what are our students interested in? What will our students want? What can our faculty do? So it will be things added over the course of time. Another question is there an ability to start online and then transition to on campus at a later semester? Or does applying online presume you'll maintain an online status during your entire program? There is the ability to start and finish completely online if you want. You can start and finish your degree totally online if you would like, or you can start online, take 4 courses, earn a B or higher in 4 courses, then finish on campus. So both things, you can do both things. 100% online, all day, every day, or 4 courses, pass them with a B or higher, and then join the residential program. The flexibility is, again, back to the reason everything about our masters is flexible. We want this to work for you. You're putting your time, money, and energy into this. Let's make it work for you as a human. Is a master's degree in computer science necessary to apply for the PhD program, or can we apply to the PhD program directly? You can apply to the PhD program directly. It is not necessary for you to have a master's first. Again, please look at the admissions pages on our website for the college. The PhD program is very competitive, and there are some tips on there, as well as maybe some information about what the PhD committee is looking for. One question is, can I start online in spring 2022 and then join residential in fall 2022? You can, but again, let's talk about the stress level. You have to do 4 courses online before you can join the residential program. 4 courses in a semester is a lot of classes. That's a lot. Grad students take 3 or less classes a semester because it's a lot of information. If you think you can do 4, great, but I very strongly encourage our students to take 3 or less in their first semester. Because think back to undergrad, you became a better student as you went through your undergrad career. You got better at reading professors, you got better at studying. The same thing is going to happen in grad school. So I just never want anyone to be overwhelmed or stressed or just unwell. Because again, you're paying for this. You're putting in your time. Let's not pay for a thing that's awful. Let's not pay for a thing that makes us stressed out. So it's very possible that you could start online in spring 2022 and then join the residential program in fall 2022. It's possible. Many things are possible. Do I recommend it? No, because I don't want anyone to be stressed. Are there research opportunities available for on-campus MS students or possibly a TA position? So we're talking mostly about the online program today. If you would like to send me an email, we can discuss more about TA positions for master's students, especially in the on-campus program. But there are definitely research opportunities available for all of our master students, from those independent study classes to working with professors after taking their classes. Absolutely. There are tons of research opportunities available. There are research opportunities available to all of our students in person or online through, again, the independent study classes, through working with professors individually, but also through some seminar classes, which I know we hope to get online. UMass uses the word seminar very strangely. UMass uses the word seminar to mean like a small student-driven class. These are usually 600 level classes that are very small, like 20 students maximum, where you are working hands-on with theories, with making a thing. For example, we had a seminar called like wearable health technology, where students worked on sort of like an Apple Watch, but for everything, for your oxygen level, for your heartbeat, for literally everything, for sleep, all the things. And how is that information used? How do we gather that information? And that is like hands-on research work. And so seminar classes will hopefully soon be added to our online program as well. Let's see. I do see another question. Is it possible to get financial support by finding a research assistant role? It is possible to get some financial support by getting a research assistant role, but what that means, roles for our master's students are not always easy to come by because our PhD students are fully funded. So unfortunately, those positions tend to go to PhD students first. However, there are professors within computer science, but beyond computer science, who will need assistance cleaning data or gathering data, and they will be able to provide students with a hourly paid job to do those things. So it's not exactly a research assistant, it would be a paycheck sort of position that you could use those dollars for however you want. So positions like that exist. Computer science also hires master students to serve as graders for professors so that you can help grade materials and get them back to students faster. Grader roles, though, you have to have taken the class. You can't grade for a class you haven't taken. That's not great. We don't do that. So you are able to potentially apply it for a grader position, and those applications, you'll get an email that say applications are open, and you'll be able to apply from there. And again, that would be an hourly paycheck sort of situation. But you do have to take the course. You can't grade for a course you haven't taken. I'll hang out for a little bit longer, but I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day. It is lunchtime here on the East Coast. So for those of you who are eating lunch right now while you're with us, thank you. I've enjoyed spending our lunch together. For those of you around the world, thank you for being here either late at night or early in the morning. It's been great to answer any of your questions. If there are other questions that you have, because this was a lot of information, definitely check out right here's the online website. Check it. Oh, my computer is just so excited. Check out the online website. Check out any of our social media. And we're here to help you make a decision that works for you and helps you be the best computer scientist that you can be.